tight.
So we just wanted to make this video because we just want people to know that it doesn't really matter what complexion you are.
It don't matter if you're black or light.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways. So we're going to talk about a really controversial and big topic in the black community, which is...
And I know what you're thinking, that's not true. Bullshit, because it is completely true. A lot of people do think that light-skinned people are better looking than dark-skinned people.
Yeah.
And it's normal, do you get what I mean? Like, I don't blame anybody for thinking
It's viewed as
that.
normal because it's been going on for so long, and
Yeah.
it happens so much on a daily basis that people don't really care anymore. How it started, like in slavery, you had like the field slaves and the house slaves, and the field slaves were normally dark-skinned people, and the house slaves were light-skinned people because the white slave masters viewed the light-skinned people as more attractive, or more, I don't know, they thought they were better than the dark-skinned people. And it seems like that mentality still exists.
Okay. My mum told me that back in her days, like, she used to, like, the time that she was living in, black women would do what is now considered bleaching. It was that normal to bleach because they wanted to look lighter, because the lighter in complexion you were, the prettier you were considered. And now the repercussions are that a lot of people who did used to do that have like skin problems.
I know you were saying like a long time ago it still wasn't viewed as a big thing, like, but even now, like especially in the African culture, you go into any African woman's like bedroom, you will find a bleaching cream.
Yeah.
And I know like loads of people know this, like, and like it's not, because some people use it to brighten their complexion, or some of them get help to get rid of spots. So we're not like bashing people who use those kind of things. It's just that because it's happened so much, it's not viewed as something like big. Just because someone's light, it doesn't like necessarily mean they're pretty. Because I've seen there's loads of like dark-skinned girls who have way better features than half of the light-skinned girls I see. But just because of their skin complexion, everyone's like, oh yeah, she's pretty.
And I'll make you a good example. Azealia Banks versus Cassie.
Yeah.
If you take away Azealia Banks and Cassie being famous, you just saw the two girls walking down the street, I guarantee you most guys will look at Cassie because she's more obviously pretty, because she's light and it doesn't depend on what everybody has a preference. We're not saying, we're not bashing anybody for having a preference. We're not saying, oh, because your boyfriend's light skin and you find him more attractive than his dark skinned friend, then that's wrong. We're not saying that. We all have a preference. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to generalizing people, I think it's wrong that you generalize the light skinned people as to be more beautiful than the dark skinned people. It is not just a looks issue. It also comes like down with personality. Like, for example, if you see a black girl and she's dark skinned and she's walking around, people automatically think that she's
bitter, angry, has an attitude, hates the freaking world, wears weave. Not all dark skin girls wear weave. I'm not wearing weave right now. Well, I do wear sometimes, but
it's just ridiculous. And then if you see a light skinned girl, you automatically think
she's scared, she's stuck up, she thinks she's all this, she hates everyone.
Like, it's just really stupid to like judge someone just off their skin complexion when you don't know them.
And also, the media is like 110% to blame for this issue. How many times do you walk around, see posters, Playboy, any of that, and you see a dark-skinned woman on it?
It's rare. Apart from if it's like a dark skin, if it's like a cosmetic company that is made by a black person, like Sleek or something.
The media is a big thing because the media, like now in these days, they make our decisions. They think for us.
Basically,
everything that the media promotes starts to become what we believe. So if they're not promoting dark women as pretty, or dark people in general as pretty, then
because I guarantee
we're not going to believe that they are.
If the media started putting dark-skinned girls in those cosmetic adverts and in the music videos and all this and that, people would be like, there'll be like this dark-skinned girl craze. I believe that light-skinned people like are constantly uplifted, constantly praised, constantly put on a pedestal, which is why maybe that's where that stereotype comes from of light-skinned people being cocky, and it's just because they have that confidence. They've been given that confidence. Like, say, as a young dark-skinned girl, I didn't have, like, the light-skinned girls had Beyonce to, like, ooh, she looks like me and she's famous. Like, I didn't really have, there's Kelly, but Kelly's always the one who's, like,
second best.
Yeah, second best. And there's hardly anyone for the little dark-skinned girls to look at and be like, oh, look, there's someone who looks like me and she's, you know, successful and this and that.
And like all this hot, what is it? Hot spice.
Those
all
pages,
this hot spice pages.
those Facebook pages
on
Piff Lighties and Piff this, and it's like, get a lie.
How many most dark skinned girls, I guarantee you do that. When they take the pictures, what happens? The contrast goes right up.
Yeah. The only time I hardly ever do that. I've only done it like a few times, but that's the only because I didn't like the background of my pictures. I was like, but like the other thing that pisses me off is like the guys that are usually saying this are like so dark, and I'm not trying to play like this whole like, oh, poor dark skinned people, but most dark skinned kids have been through a time, whether now or when they were younger, like where they didn't feel happy with their complexion or they were treated differently because of it. Not all, some people are lucky and haven't really gone through anything, but most dark skinned people have experienced something like that. So that obviously stays in their mind, and that's what makes them like that. But it's just so stupid. It really is. It's pathetic.
Yeah. We just want to say that no matter what you look like, you're beautiful.